Today we're working on the 77. It needs a new muffler, so that is what we are going to work on. I don't know if you can see in frame, but 1650 is in here. And that is going to be the next project. I'm doing a lot of all-over work this winter, so yeah. The muffler blew out on this, and it's messing the paint up on the hood, and we can't have that. So yeah, trying to pull the hood off and go from there. So yeah, this will probably be a time lapse right here. So. The battery tray on this tractor was leaking and had been rusting very badly. So I earlier this fall painted the inside of this panel, and then also painted right here. But being the hood's going to be off, I think we're going to clean up the battery tray itself now. Goodness. Didn't have to be that tight. So here's where the fun begins. That exhaust is stuck into the muffler, so it's always fun to take off. That's supposed to be a screw, but been through that before. It's supposed to be a screw, but you can't get anything on it in there, so yeah. So it got replaced with nuts last time. Nuts and bolts. See if I can do this by myself. Oh yeah, she's blowing right. Ruined the paint there. We can't have that. For anybody that might care, it is a cold and crappy Nebraska winter day. Yep. I'd say she's blowed out. Yeah. It's a shame. A real Nelson muffler, but yeah, it's better. Dad was like, well, I could just how do you say that? He could just weld a patch on there, but yeah, sadly, this muffler is no more. So basically, that rotten clamp is going to have to come off. Rumor has it, I guess, it is so completely rotted out. Well, the clamp just broke, so. Jeez. Impact is not the right tool for that job, but it is the tool that I chose. You know, one of those sort of deals. Oh, there is a standpipe. What in the world? It's a real shame that Steiner muffler I ordered is never going to sound as good as the old Nelson did. That is for sure. But this is a good sign too, because I was worried that this standpipe was broken off, which it's not, so that's cool. There is some weird stuff in it though. What is that? Y'all seeing that? Just me? That's right in the exhaust manifold. Was there a... Oh yeah, look at the manifold. Petrified mouse nest in there? I don't know. The new muffler is here. It's on, but not without modifications. So for one thing, the bottom standpipe was 1/2 inch taller, so I very brutally chopped that off to where now it is 9 inches from the manifold, matching the old one. And then the old muffler, obviously here's the old exhaust pipe. Note the large slit right there. The old muffler had basically this nipple went all the way up through here. Obviously this one doesn't, and it's got a really crappy weld on the bottom. So I cut part of the old muffler off, and we're just going to exhaust clamp that on. But first things first, we're going to have to put the hood on it and align this with the hood hole before we can do anything. I had to find a different style clamp because the old one broke, but yeah. And another thing I did is I very roughly painted this. Oh, that's going to be very roughly painted that. And then I stuck these rubber deals down with silicone. Those will take days to dry, but okay, we're going to put this hood on. So if you notice a change in camera quality, it's because I don't have the camera I recorded with originally. Wait. Don't set yours down just yet. You have to lift up, because I just gotta okay. Now you can sit down. That's not too bad. Can you get to the clamp in there? Yeah. Yep. Easy money. Does it get tight yet? We stole this exhaust clamp from the 430, so Charles will have to get it. Yeah. Or we also have a chrome pipe. It does arguably sound quieter with the pipe. Okay. I was worried that this oblongness of it was not going to line up right, but it does. Yeah, it's on the bottom. There's nothing left of the paint right there. There it's going. Oh yeah. There it is. Wow, I go and get a new nut. That's the thing, so is that straight on there? Turn it to that's about right. PTO is engaged. Well, it doesn't sound too bad, really. This is the day after the clip you saw. One thing I did notice I didn't do a good job explaining was this nipple on this exhaust pipe is not long enough. And so what I did was I cut a piece of the old nipple off because of this slit right here in the exhaust. You can see that. And this, I didn't want to cut this exhaust any shorter because this exhaust, it gets low enough, it can get fumy enough just already, so I didn't want to cut it any shorter, but that's pretty tacky, so I might change that. I probably should, but yeah, I cut that top of the nipple off from the old muffler and slid it up in there, but yeah, that's what I did there. So, and we started this yesterday, and it all seems to be working fine, so yeah. Doesn't sound too terribly awful, all things considered. It's cold right now. I got it on partial choke, so it's yeah, there's a fix right there. I'm gonna call this one a success. So, yeah. Well, she sounds a little bit meaner. It's not as quiet as the old Nelson was, but you know, that's not too bad, all things considered. One thing I should mention on this tractor is I do have the original lights working. They're not much. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I'm going to turn my lights on here. Yeah, they're not much to them, but they do work. I guess that's about all you can ask for. But yeah, all the old timers say you'd drain your battery after dark on 6 volts, and well, I'm here to tell you she's not charging right now. So that's just my headlamp, and we'll get that one right there. Good oil pressure. Oh, we're not discharging it. Yeah, we're not charging at all. Just clicked them off. Yeah, it's not quite as good as the muffler was, but I consider putting a straight pipe on this just because I thought the 88 straight piped and it sounds great, but you know, it's kind of nice seeing this specific original tractor, and it's just so quiet. You know, it's just factory, so I didn't want to lose that. So yeah, it's not too much different from, you know, previously, but I do think that the hole in that muffler had been there for a long while, and I think it's been blowing up under the hood there for longer than we think. So yeah, I'm gonna quit babbling on because I'm probably gonna edit most of this out, but because I'm sure the video is gonna be terrible. But yeah. Well, I'll catch you on the next one.